Before pointing out the faults of others, search for faults in yourself and do your best to fix them first. Spend as much time doing this as you do criticizing others. Then you will realize that the harm caused by criticizing others can replace your happiness. Therefore, happiness only comes from removing this harm. People who wish to conquer the world should conquer themselves first. If you can do this, then you can conquer anything. People will not stand against you, but will be influenced by you. Take refuge in your conscience. If you desire peace, capabilities, and energy, then take refuge in your conscience. Even if you deceive the entire world, you will never be able to deceive your conscience. If you consult it on every occasion, you will never lose your ability for moral discretion, and no matter the opposition, you will be able to succeed. When you begin to think of yourself as the most virtuous and exemplary individual, your spiritual decay begins, and you lose contact with your conscience. Keep smiling, keep laughing. Wake up. Do not rest until you have achieved your goal. If you regard gossip and ill will as trivial and refuse to acknowledge them, hostility will not increase. For such things, silence is the best response. True happiness comes from focusing on one's duty rather than on shortcomings in others. Life is full of ups and downs, but we must always remain cheerful. What good is a face that cannot smile or laugh? Do not be irritated by criticism from others, and you will retain your mental equilibrium. Surrender yourself. You must be prepared to face hardships in your life. You may be predisposed to feel that you cannot face them, but where you find doubt, tiredness, and despair in yourself, you will also find immense strength. Finish your work wholeheartedly and step aside. Let the results come to you in due course of time. Work to your full potential. Do not get discouraged by any situation. The only actions you can control are your own, not those of others. Do not criticize others, and do not hold any expectations of them. There is no need to be afraid. Everything will turn out for the best. Do not despair. You are standing on firm ground. Look to yourself for guidance. One who knows himself to be part of God neither blames failure on others, nor attributes success to himself. He does not become blinded by his own power and fail to see the real situation. Be as cautious of your own ego as you would of a rabid dog. Avoid attachment to your achievements as you would avoid a poisonous snake, and avoid people who will mock you for this. Direct every effort of your mind and heart towards God. Depending on others for your happiness ultimately leads to helplessness and misery. Look within yourself for direction and not to others. Your true nature will help you become determined, and this determination will help you reach your goal. Introspect. Whatever happens, let it happen. Whatever is said about you, let it be said. You should consider these things as illusory as a mirage. If you have really detached yourself from the world, then why should such things affect you? Focus on inspecting yourself thoroughly for weaknesses. Only then can you begin the process of growth. Take advantage of every moment and every opportunity. Your path is very long and time is very short. Concentrate your inner strength on reaching your goal. Do not despair in any situation. Have faith not in the capacity of man, but in the capacity of God. God will show you the right path. Courtesy, simplicity, empathy, and compassion. It is your responsibility to cultivate courtesy, simplicity, empathy, and compassion. Before looking for and criticizing faults in others, address the glaring flaws in yourself. If you are unable to control your speech, use it against yourself instead of others. First, discipline yourself. Without discipline, you cannot experience your true nature. Courtesy, simplicity, empathy, and compassion are all manifestations of this true nature. Disregard how others treat you and stay focused on your own growth. If you can grasp this, you have understood a great secret. Look for the treasure within yourself. Keep your mind engaged in useful tasks. Do not let it go idle. Take life seriously. The task of spiritual growth is before you, and time is very short. If you are led astray by your own negligence, you alone will have to pay the price. Patience and hope will enable you to face any situation. Stand on your own feet and challenge the entire world if you need to, but you should only be satisfied after attaining your highest goals. When others look outside for worldly treasure, look inside for the treasure within yourself. Walk alone. Great men go far on their paths because they walk alone. Their inspiration comes from within. They alone spur their happinesses and remove their sadnesses, and they are helped along only by their own ideas. Loneliness is an undeniable truth. To be afraid of it, feel inferior because of it, or lose sight of your duties because of it, is the greatest sin. What you believe to be loneliness is actually a kind of solitude, given to you to develop your own inner strength. When you depend on yourself, you are better able to realize your full potential. Do not depend on others. The day you develop faith in the strength of your own hands, feet, and heart, your soul will tell you to go forth alone. Keeping high expectations of others is like building castles in the air, unreal and worthless. Pinning your hopes on others cripples your own originality and courage. The person who centers his life around another person becomes alone very quickly. Putting your life in another person's hands is like setting sail without knowing where you are going. Love, a great power. Love is a kind of power that can further any aspect of your life. It is impossible to bring about a change in anyone's thinking without love. Healthy mindsets are rarely ever formed through reasoning and arguments. Healthy mindsets, as well as trust, are developed through prolonged good company. The result of this prolonged good company is love. Therefore, a healthy mindset and trust are both the results of love. We must use love to change others' outlook and way of thinking. Logic and intelligent arguments are not sufficient. If what you have to say is full of love and sympathy, the world will be willing to follow you. The cause of failure. We are constantly trying to force others to think and act according to our own beliefs. These attempts to correct others' behavior neither change their minds nor satisfy us. We justify controlling others in several ways. We believe that if we control them, we may acquire some immediate gain, or that the person is a hindrance to our progress, or that the person is constantly criticizing us, spreading rumors about us, etc. Using such reason to blame others for your failure will not benefit you. Forget painful memories. When you find yourself recalling painful memories, the best thing to do is forget and ignore them. The way to preserve your emotional stability is to replace your unpleasant memories with pleasant ones. If you wish to keep your physical, mental, and emotional health, then learn to remove unhealthy memories in this way. Even if someone close to you has caused you grief, will you keep obsessing over your pain? Lose yourself in purposeful work and forget these painful experiences. The best way to free yourself from worry is to forget your misery. Control over happiness and unhappiness. Instead of being controlled by happiness and unhappiness, establish your mastery over them. This will render your life more interesting and meaningful. It is every person's responsibility to uplift himself and better his life, and you should fully involve yourself in this task. You can achieve a great deal if you take full advantage of favorable circumstances and are not afraid of adverse ones. Learn from every circumstance and move forward. As you progress, whatever seemed adverse will seem favorable, and then when that time comes, you will be free from your sadness. Speak less, do more. Many people complain that no one listens to them. They say that their comments go unheeded and their thoughts unappreciated, and that they are tired of being ignored. The fault here lies in the speaker and not the listener. This is a demonstration of ignorance. Such people should first find their own faults by introspection. This will make their terrible lack of knowledge clear. When you know how to carry out your work and lead by example, your instructions will be followed. Speak little, if at all, but above all, involve yourself in your work, and your work will speak for you and call others to follow your example. Therefore, believe in the strength of your soul. It is useless to complain that circumstances are not favorable, or that no one helps you, or that there are no opportunities for you. People say things like this only to blame their misfortune on others or cover their own personal shortcomings. Some people even blame such things on their fate or luck and beg for better fortune from various deities. This is all because they lack confidence in themselves. We often fall prey to jealousy and fail to consider that others have achieved happiness because of their own hard work. God does not play favorites. He has given everyone the opportunity and the strength of soul to make progress. Awaken your self-confidence. When you find yourself in adverse situations and you feel that nothing is under your control, take it as a sign that you lack self-confidence. Until you change your mindset, you cannot be rid of these adverse situations. You cannot create favorable conditions until you believe that you are fully capable of doing so. If you do not change your thinking now, the divinity in you will diminish. Tell yourself that the divinity within you is working in your favor, and replace your mental weakness with this awakened self-confidence. You are your own friend and enemy. Do not dwell on repeated failures. You have plenty of time before you. Start afresh and keep performing your duties properly. Success will be yours in due time. Do not beg others for help, because in reality, no one has the capacity to truly help you. Likewise, do not blame others when you are depressed, as no one has the capacity to cause you pain. You are your own friend and enemy. Every situation you find yourself in, whether good or bad, is of your own creation. Change your outlook towards a situation, and right away, the fear surrounding it will vanish.